Hey everybody, it's me, Sean. Today is March 3rd, 2011, and I have some explaining to do. The reason I did not do a video yesterday was because I had a crown put on one of my teeth, and my mouth was sore. I couldn't talk, really. So that's the whole reasoning against that. And yeah, there wasn't really much on the news. And then the day before that, the reason that there wasn't anything was because they did a marathon for autism and whatnot. So there wasn't much in the news that day that I heard of. And I don't really get to watch TV because I'm usually out and about in my car, which is why I get my news from talk radio. Plus, I drive for a living, so let's see here. First thing on my list is there might not be a football season this coming year. The NFL Players Union went on strike, and their deadline to come up with an answer between the players and the owners was tonight, but at the last minute they did put a 24-hour extension onto that. So they have until tomorrow night to decide whether they are going to go ahead and continue playing for the pay that they have, or if they want another $1 million added onto their pay, which I personally don't think they need. I know a couple of my other friends that I talk to that watch football with me. They don't think they need it. Personally, none of the teams did very good last year. Green Bay sucks, by the way. And yeah, so the next thing is that apparently, this is just a study that they did of who's living longer. They used to say that if you eat healthy, you live longer, and if you don't eat healthy, then you're going to die sooner. Now they're saying that nerds, as some people call them, are living longer than the jocks. The reasoning that not Mac and Gatos, but I heard this on Bruce St. James. The reason that they're supposedly living longer is because they don't take as many risks as the jocks and the cheerleaders do. They don't drink, they don't go out, and whatnot, and party, basically. So that's the reasoning for that. Another poll that they did was a third of Americans reported less than 7 hours of sleep, and 5% admit nodding off while driving, which is why there have been so many car accidents in the past year. Get sleep, people. If you're going to drive, get sleep. Truckers are required to take 10 hours off for every, I think it's 14 hours. And if you feel tired, pull off the road, go get a cup of coffee, go get a couple cups of coffee, and take care of yourself. Eat. Walk around, do stuff. There is a student from BYU. He was kicked off from the basketball team due to violation of the honor code there. Apparently, BYU, Brigham Young University, has an honor code which states what you can and can't do if you are to attend classes there. You cannot have premarital sex, you cannot have abortions, you cannot drink caffeine, you can't drink alcohol, you can't smoke, you can't do drugs, can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. Okay. And you have to attend church every week. The thing is that a lot of people think you have to be Mormon to go to BYU. You don't. I have plenty of friends that when I lived in Salt Lake City, um, went to Brigham Young University, and it's an awesome campus. It's an awesome university. It's so beautiful. And but he got had premarital sex. And how did they find out? Not from another student. He confessed. So they took him off the basketball team, and he could get expelled from school for this. Um, this isn't the 1930s anymore, and I understand it's their religion, and I understand it's a paper that they sign when you go to school. It's yay big, you know, you write your signature on it. But they have to come into the 21st century. I know it's hard with religion and all, but if they're going to allow other religions to go there, then they need to understand that things are going to happen, and they shouldn't be punishing people for stupid things like that. In Arizona, police chief in Phoenix, Arizona, police chief Jack Harris has been removed from day-to-day operations, which will probably end up in him getting terminated, fired, let go, however you would want to put it. And it's because the kidnapping numbers in Phoenix are not true to what they really are. They've been saying for years that Phoenix is the #2 kidnapping capital of the world, or in the United States, I'm sorry. It doesn't happen as much as people think it does. And they were fudging the numbers, and now they're horribly paying for it by losing their chief of police. And it'll probably go down a lot further in the line because a lot more people are affected by it. Another thing, apparently there was a woman with 2 kids and a husband who wanted to go back to school. Well, she didn't want to study in the United States. She wanted to study in Japan. So her and her husband talked it over. He said it was all right, and she left to Japan to go study, thinking she would come back. Well, she met a guy while she was over in Japan, got married to him, and now she's staying in Japan and not coming back. She up and abandoned her husband and her kids. And now she's writing a book, and somebody's publishing it about why she chose to do so. I don't know how to react to this because it's not something that I'm really used to hearing. I don't think she should... Who's going to read the book? Honestly, nobody. I wouldn't have even known about it if it wasn't for Bruce St. James. It doesn't even sound interesting. She really should have came back and took care of her responsibilities as a mother. I think she's a deadbeat. I don't think she should be able to marry. I don't think she should be able to have kids. I think she should be forced to get fixed. Because she'll probably end up doing the same thing to this guy. The next thing is Obama finally spoke out about what's going on in Libya. He said Muammar Gaddafi needs to resign because he's ridiculous. He needs to step down. He's not a good leader. He never has been. And he's getting worse. Sorry. Governor Scott Walker is going to start writing layoff notices to the senators that are holding up the proceedings there in the Capitol. And I totally agree with that. I think they need to go to the Capitol and do what they're getting paid to do. They are not paid to halt government proceedings. They are not getting paid to sit on their, pardon me for saying this, asses and not doing anything. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're sitting in hotel rooms right now, hiding because they're scared of what's going on in the Capitol, and they're scared if they actually do vote for this that they're not going to get reelected. Guess what? That's politics. Sometimes you get reelected, sometimes you don't. Honestly, Y'all should have been fired the day you left. Oh, and one of the last things, the last news thing. Apparently, Charlie Sheen, back to him, was engaged to Kelly Preston at one time. I'm trying to remember who they said that she's married to now, and it's not popping in my head. Somebody famous, and I don't know why it's not popping in my head, but you can look it up on Bing. Go ahead and put it down there in the comments, and let me know who she's married to. But this was in 1990. He shot her. He's a piece of crap. He shot her. But you know what? People still need to leave him alone. It's his life. If he wants to screw it up, then so be it. Let him screw it up. And then this is my I want to know thing for tonight about you guys. I want you guys to tell me what you think about the TSA and them wanting to do drive-by x-rays of cars as you drive through and into the airport. Without you knowing, just random. Just to see what you're doing. I personally don't like it. I don't think it's right. I think it's just them finding another way to go ahead and impose on our rights. Let me know. Put it down in the comments, and we'll talk about it. That's all I have for you guys today. I know it's not as long as normal. It's because I'm working really weird hours. Yesterday I worked during the day, and I worked outside all day. I didn't even drive. And then I had to go get a root canal, and then I went and looked at houses. So just let me know. Alright? I love you all, and thank you for watching. You guys mean a lot to me. I hope you guys keep on watching. Good night.